A House bill that would remove the ability of the Hawaii governor or a county mayor to suspend electronic media transmission during a state of emergency advanced in the state Senate on Friday. House Bill 522, House Draft 1, which already passed through the Hawaii House of Representatives, was given a positive recommendation after a hearing before the Senate Committee on Public Safety, Intergovernmental, and Military Affairs. As written in the first section of the bill,
the legislature finds that the power of a mayor or the governor to suspend the transmission of electronic media during a state of emergency is overly broad and vague. Electronic media could include not only all radio and television broadcasts, but also text messages, emails, and posts to social media platforms. Therefore, suspensions of electronic media transmission may restrain lawful free speech and publication and violate the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. The purpose of this act is to remove the ability of the governor or a mayor to suspend electronic media transmission during a state of emergency.
Journalists and broadcasters alike are in support of the bill. Some of them testified on Friday.
The language is in fact dated. It goes back to a 1951 Civil Defense Air Raid provision. There are constitutional issues, there are jurisdictional issues that we have concerns about.
Although I can imagine there are ways to write around the concerns that are being raised, I would also suggest and request respectfully that the measure move forward, and things can always be revised in future sessions. Thank you.
Aloha, Mr. Chair.
The Hawaii Emergency Management Agency presented testimony in opposition to the measure. However, the administrators seemed open to compromise.
This would normally be the place where I ask you to oppose the bill, but we have been in ongoing conversation with the proponents of this measure to try and find some compromise language. We recognize that the existing language within Chapter 127A does leave some room for interpretation.
On House Bill 522 HD1 relating to emergency management, considering the overwhelming testimony and support, as well as the real need for us as a public to get information in situations where there's some type of a state emergency, I'd like to pass this measure out as is. Any discussion? If not, Senator Elefante, I vote yes.
Chair's recommendation is to pass HB 522 HD1 as is of the 4 members present. Any no votes or votes with reservations? Hearing none, Mr. Chair, recommendation is adopted.